Part 4. Salt and Sawdust. The mornings began earlier now. Clara rose with the sun, the salty breeze tugging at her hair as she stepped onto the damp sand. The cove, her cove, as she had begun to think of it, waited quietly, a half-moon sliver of beach tucked between craggy cliffs and whispering seagrass. The old boat, Drift, sat like a patient skeleton on the shore, each new day revealing more of its hidden beauty under layers of time and decay. She had started bringing a small canvas bag with her, tools borrowed from Silas, the retired boatwright who had begrudgingly agreed to help. He didn't say much, but his nod of approval when she got things right was better than a dozen compliments. He had given her a chisel, a block plane, sandpaper, and a stubby hammer, all worn but clean. Today's mission: the portside hull. It was a mess of peeling paint, warped boards, and rusted nails. Clara knelt beside the boat and ran her fingers over the grain. It felt smoother than when she'd first touched it, but still stubborn. She pressed the sandpaper against the wood and began. The sound was gentle at first, shh, 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 like breathing. Then it became rhythmic. Her shoulders moved in time with her strokes, her arms burning. Flakes of old white paint fell like snow, mixing with sawdust and grit. After an hour, she wiped sweat from her brow and sat back. Her hands were blistered. Again. The first time she'd gotten a blister, Silas had just grunted and handed her a roll of tape. "Wrap it or quit," he'd said. She'd wrapped it. Now her fingers were half mummified, but she kept going. "Need a hand?" She turned. Joe was standing on the rise above the beach, backpack slung over one shoulder, flip-flops dusted with sand. He grinned, his curly hair blowing in the wind. "You keep showing up at the right time," she said. "That's my thing. Right place, right time." He hopped down the slope and dropped beside her. "Silas sent me. Said you'd need help today if you didn't want your arms to fall off." Clara smirked. Generous of him. Joe picked up a second piece of sandpaper and mimicked her strokes. "You've really gotten into this," he said after a while. "It's peaceful," she said. "Simple in a hard way. Makes sense." They worked side by side for an hour, scraping and sanding until the wood gleamed like sunlit caramel beneath the old paint. Occasionally they talked about school starting soon, about the weird jellyfish they saw near the tide pools, about how Joe's older brother had once tried to surf in a thunderstorm and got grounded for a month. Later, when the sun hit its peak and the heat turned sharp, Clara suggested a break. They climbed up to the dunes and unwrapped sandwiches from her bag. As they ate, Clara looked down at Drift, sun-bleached and half-restored, waiting for breath again. "I think she wants to sail," Clara said quietly. Joe followed her gaze. "You really believe that?" "I don't know," Clara admitted. "Maybe I'm imagining it. But when I'm near her, I feel something. Like she remembers what it's like to move, and she's waiting for me to help her remember." Joe was quiet for a moment. Then, "You sound like my granddad." Clara raised an eyebrow. "Yeah?" "He used to say boats have souls, that they carry stories in their timbers. That's why he never sold his. Said it was too full of memories to let go." Clara smiled. "Maybe Drift has stories too." "Then let's help her tell them again."